And we've got Marnus just putting the headphones on right now down below us. He's right here now, Marnus. Gus Worland and Brad Haddin here, mate. Congratulations, 204. You must be thrilled, brother.
Yeah, as unsatisfying as the game of cricket is at times, you still walk off after 200 still absolutely devastated that you're out. So nothing's changed. But obviously, very happy to contribute a big score to getting us in this position.
Marnus, it's Hads here. It was a wonderful partnership with Steve Smith, and we heard a lot before the start of the summer how he's changed his technique a bit. He looked in total control out there today. Yeah,
look, I actually said to him as we were walking off, just said, great job. Like, I thought his tempo was so consistent, his rhythm, and just his decision making. It was almost faultless. It was a faultless double hundred, and I thought the way he played, and he just gave the bowlers nothing.
Is it the way you're looking at it that Travis Head came out and nearly scored 100 himself? So really you should have had at least half of those yourself, because the players up here, the ex-baggy greeners, were like, he looks just so disappointed. He just got a double 100.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many opportunities you get in your life to get a 300. And look, the way I looked at it is if Travis got 100 there, I could have been at least close to 300. But like I said, it's more just disappointing because, it's different if you got out to a really good ball or, you're just sticking to your process and you just got out. I felt like, it was the last over before lunch or tea. And I thought it was a good opportunity there, just, make sure you get through that over and then start again and see how many you can get. But, it wasn't to be. But it was a very entertaining last half of our innings there with Steve and Trav putting on a show.
Marnus, don't be too disappointed, mate. You got 200. But one thing I noticed throughout the game, that the West Indies lacked a bit of enthusiasm in the first two sessions, and we can put that down to how well you guys were playing. But I tell you what, that was great Test cricket, that last hour and a half. That Braithwaite and Chanderpaul put up a real fight. You guys actually bowled really well. They took some on the body, but it must have been great to be a part of.
Yeah, well, I just said before, I think they actually came out and batted brilliantly. I thought, maybe our length was slightly short. And both these guys are quite good levers of the ball, and you sort of need to get that ball really full to get him coming at the ball. But the benefit is, Chanderpaul looks like he's quite a good cutter and puller. So, come out tomorrow, and I'm sure, with this experienced bowling lineup, they'll rectify their length and they'll find that right area and make it very uncomfortable for these two.
Yeah, speaking of being uncomfortable, Marnie, it looked like the West Indies got their length a little bit too short. And as you touched on there before, with that fuller length, it looks like you can challenge both sides of the back. There's still enough movement out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I don't know the statistics up there, but I saw at one stage there was very few runs scored straight down the ground. Which is traditional on a sort of Wacker, Gabba, Optus Stadium type wicket. But I think it's important that you almost try and get the batters to drive down the ground or at least drive through cover, just so that, you can bring that, it's hard to say LB because it's so bouncy, but, bring that LB or bold or outside edge into the game.
Marnie, I know you were excited about batting with Steve Smith, but my mate next to me, he thought you had the luckiest spot in the world today. You were lucky enough to give Steve Smith 3 cuddles. So big Gussie up here. He's so jealous of you.
Yeah, look, I wasn't keeping count.
I was.
Oh, there you go. 3. I wasn't there for the last 2. So I missed out on 5.
Hey, Marnus, you just keep your hands to yourself. Get out there and play some cricket, mate. Good on you, mate. Lovely to speak to you. Thanks for speaking to us after such a big day.
Pleasure, guys. Thank you very much.
Good on you.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure to talk to you as well, mate.